Welcome to Assistant on Air, where we have conversations with the people that build for Google Assistant. I'm Luke Davis, and I'll be your host today. And we get to talk to Amanda Cavallaro.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Amanda.
Thank you for inviting me.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Amanda Cavallaro. I'm a Google developer expert for the Google Assistant. I'm also a Women Tech Makers ambassador, and I'm a GDG Cloud London organizer, and I work as a software developer.
That's amazing. It sounds like you have like 20 jobs. So much.
A lot of titles, sorry.
How do you juggle all this stuff?
Yeah, so this is my passion. So I just wake up every day and I look forward to what I'm going to do. I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't really my passion. So, yeah.
It's amazing what you've been able to accomplish just in the last 3 years since you've gotten to London. But before London, you came from Brazil, right?
Correct. So yeah, my father used to be a software developer. So
okay.
I grew up building things with my dad. We used to have the 24 floppy disks and spend all night doing that, building Legos together.
Yeah.
So it was quite natural to me that I would choose computer science to study. And then while I was based in Brazil, I used to help a lot in social projects.
Okay.
And I just love to learn something and then just pass it forward to people, because people tend to think, can I really help someone else? I don't know that much. But if you know even a little bit, that little bit can really be key for someone else to learn.
You've really become just an incredible expert, just looking through the stuff that you've put online in this specific amazing thing of taking something that's really actually quite complicated and hard to understand and making it completely accessible to lots and lots and lots of people. Can you talk about that code lab that you made a little bit?
Sure. So I'm in love with karaoke. That's the things I love to do the most. And then I wanted to create an event that would be cool for people to go, not only to learn the technical side, but to also have fun. And what's more fun than karaoke, right? So in the beginning, they got there and they interacted with the action that I created. So they saw how it worked. And then secondly, they went step by step through the workshop with copy this, do that, and explaining why they were doing that. Right. But then in the end, we all sang to the karaoke and the actions that they had created. So it's nice to see how you can both have fun and code. Having fun, it's fun.
It's super fun. And that code lab is super, super fun. I've worked on a lot of code labs at Google, and they're just so much work. They take so long to put together and get all polished and everything. How long did it take you to put that code lab together?
I think about a month. But the cool thing about code labs is we think that only people at Google can create it, but actually anyone can go ahead and do it. There are tools that even you can go and create one.
That's amazing that you were able to put that whole thing together in a month, because it's going to affect the lives of tens of thousands of people at least.
Exactly. And there were some key things that I learned along the way that you'd have to sort of have years and years or months or days of experience. And I just try to make it as easy and straightforward for people to go ahead and learn.
Your skill at being able to do that is just really, really, really impressive. I get the feeling that this is not your first time doing this trick. Did you, when you said something about working in a bunch of social programs while you were in Brazil. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So I'm in love with the Japanese culture, and I used to practice martial arts, Aikido. So every weekend I used to go, I used to take 4 buses to get there and help the kids to learn about the Japanese culture. And it was just amazing to see how they would, in the beginning, not know that much, but then building together and playing games in a lytic way, they could learn it. And then how about using an action to get them to learn even more? Yeah. So I got them on board. They sent me the questions. At this point, I'm already living in London.
Right.
So they sent me the questions there and they helped me build the action. There was a designer there, and then he created all the assets for us. So it was a teamwork together. So I felt, even though I'm not in Brazil anymore, I can still help my community.
That sounds so cool. When you taught the Aikido classes or the kind of Japanese culture integration with Aikido stuff in Brazil, are there skills that you as a person learned there that you feel like you bring forward to community building now?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Aikido to me is more like almost a spiritual thing. It's all about becoming a better person than what you were yesterday. So you don't have to learn 10 things a day, but if you learn even one or even half, or even if you didn't forget one thing that you learned yesterday, you're on the right track. So that's what I try to bring to my life. I try to each day be a bit better, and by helping the people who are around me, we're even creating a better atmosphere and a better ecosystem for everyone. So by helping people next to you, you're also helping yourself.
I can totally see that philosophy. It just shines through the work that you do. Amanda, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you have suggestions for future episodes, please leave a comment below. Follow us on Twitter for updates and new episodes. I've been Luke. Chat with you next time.